reps is.
Hello, I'm Clifton Wilson. I'm a teaching professional here at Golf Swing Prescription, and what I'm going to cover today is the touch in the pitching. So I'm going to go over how touch plays a role in our pitch shots. So the first one I'm going to show you here is how to just apply a little bit of touch. And first I want to cover what that means. So when I go to make a pitch shot here, at the back end of my swing, you'll notice my hands are starting to apply touch. And what this does is allow me to loft the ball, and it also allows me to gain leverage on my shot. So to be more creative around the greens, I'm going to cover ways to hit a low pitch, a medium pitch, and a high pitch shot with using different amounts of touch, and how I'm going to manipulate the face at address. So the first one I'm going to cover is a low pitch shot. So in order to pitch the ball low, what I'm going to do at address, I'm going to make sure that the ball is favoring a little bit more in the back of my stance. Also, when I approach the ball, I'm going to make sure I hood the face of my club a little. And what that means is I'm going to turn it in a little where it sits close. And then when I go to make my swing, on the back end of it, I'm just going to apply just a minimal amount of touch. And then when I follow through, I'm also going to keep my hands pretty low. And this will allow me to hit a low checking running pitching shot. So it'll look something like this. So the ball's back, I'm going to hood the face a little. I'm just going to apply just a little bit of touch on the back end, and I'm also going to follow through with my hands pretty low. Now, just to hit a basic pitch shot, everything's kind of in a default setup, and that means the ball is going to be favoring now more the middle of my stance. Also, I'm going to let the face just sit at its true angle where it's square, and then on the back end of my swing, I'm just going to apply the right amount of touch, so it'll be just a little more, and as I follow through, my hands will come up just a touch higher. And it'll look something like this. That way I can hit a medium pitch shot there. Now to hit the ball a little higher, I'm going to make a few adjustments here where in my setup, I'm going to maybe favor somewhere from the middle of my stance to possibly just a little bit up in my stance. At setup, I'm also going to lay the face off, and what that means is I'm going to open it. And one extra thing that I'm going to do different than the other two shots is I'm going to drop the handle of the club a little lower. What this is going to do is allow me to slice under the ball easier to be able to pop it up higher. Now on the back end of this swing, you're going to notice my hands are going to be pretty active because in order to pitch the ball high, I have to be able to gain leverage. And on the front end, my club's probably going to flip up a little sooner than the other shots. It'll look something like this. So I'll set up. Ball favoring the middle to the front of my stance, face laid off a little, grips dropped about 2 or 3 inches, and on the back end I'm going to put a lot of touch on with my wrist, and that'll help me pitch the ball a little higher. I hope those tips help, and I hope that gives you more creativity around the green where you're just not stuck with a one-dimensional pitch shot. Thanks for your time today.